Say one state's weed is another state's prize flower.
Is that the chupacabra, or is that Kyle Klemek, my nursery manager, who's a native Arizonian? Do you call yourself Arizonians or just Zonies? So we're down here in Sedona Creek. Are we in Sedona Creek or Oak Creek?
I believe it's Sedona, maybe Oak Creek.
We're in Sedona.
Body of water.
We're seeing all kinds of cool stuff here. I'll give you a little tour. And right now, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Thank you for all the people on YouTube for telling me what I'm looking at here. I decided to make a video once I saw this lighting on this beautiful thing, whatever that is. And I noticed right next to it, if I come back here in a few weeks, there will be a Penstemon. This is a native Penstemon right here. And like, there's something just magical about things that sprout on their own. This is getting ready to bloom. Those are buds right there. Probably be purple or blue. But native Penstemon there. But it's just so cool. There's a baby Manzanita right over there. I don't know what kind of Manzanita that is. There's oaks up here. It almost looks like a blue oak that were native in California. It's obviously a different type of oak, but it has the glaucous coloration on it, just like a blue oak does. And you'll notice that there's there's so much diversity here in one spot. These blue oaks, you know, you call that a blue oak. That surely looks blue to me. And then right next to that is another type of oak here, which is totally different, and almost looks like a holly leaf. And then over here, you can see this oak has like pretty pointed leaves there, just like Quercus agrifolia. And then on this oak here, I don't know if it's the same species or not, but it doesn't have any thorns at all on it. So if that's the same species, you have this amazing diversity right here. So I'm seeing in 15 feet, I'm seeing kind of a bluish oak that has rounded leaves. I'm seeing what looks to be almost like a miniature blue oak with pointed leaves. And I'm seeing what looks to be almost like a holly leaf oak with pointed leaves that's totally different from this one. And on top of that, there's another one here with totally different leaves that are totally smooth that look like that one, except they're totally smooth. So there's like, in 20 feet or so, there's like 4 different variations of either the same species or different stuff. The other thing that's really cool here, real quick, since we're here and you're not, is that there's these beautiful mountains here. We just went down, swam in the creek, I'll put on my slow motion video of me jumping into diving. The only way you could do it was dive into the river. The river's so shallow. I had to clear a ledge. I probably couldn't have cleared it if I jumped, so I dove. I made it. You'll see that video. But the other thing that I wanted to show you are the Manzanitas. We have all these native Manzanitas in California. I don't know which one this is, but this is probably a totally different species than what we have in California. It occupies the same kind of niche. And there it is with its beautiful bell-shaped flowers, Arctostaphylos, who knows what. And you can see the gravel that it's growing in. Look at the beautiful red bark. And then there's where it's starting from up there. Has a real smooth bark. Now what's interesting, this is a kind of a semi-green one. And then if we look a little further up, not too far away, that one's pretty green, right? See how green that one is? Now look at this one right up here. Totally silver. There's a silver one right there. That's a Manzanita too. I think those are 2 totally different species Manzanitas growing together in the same habitat zone. And all this variation of oak. Like literally in this one little area, there's a silver one too. You get a better shot of the silver. That's the silver Manzanita. Take a good look at that. It's not blooming. Notice it's not blooming. And then we have this guy over here who's the greener Manzanita that's absolutely fully in bloom. And so I have no idea what I'm looking at as far as species goes, but what a wonderful habitat here. The other really cool thing here that you can see off in the distance is the native Arizona sycamore. That tree Has a beautiful smooth white trunk, and this one hasn't fully leafed out yet. It's June 1st, or it's just really stressed out. But there's a whole bunch of them native along this creek. And you know, obviously there's wonderful pines up in the mountains, up higher up. But this is a great spot to go. I highly recommend that you hike down here off the road. You bring a whole bunch of beer, just like I did, and come here and check out all this wonderful botany. It's like this, there's these cool grasses, these clump grasses that are in here, you know, and this stuff, this is just the world's garden, you know. Nobody did anything here, and we're back to where we started. This beautiful guy. I wasn't going to take a video until I saw this, and I figured, well, you know who I am, king of ADHD, undiagnosed from the 80s. I had to just keep going. I'll show you the rock. Last time I was here in my honeymoon, 1993, and I collected some awesome rocks that I have in my garden. Beautiful red coloration. And called my wife, said, I'm bringing home some rocks, honey, to add to our collection from my honeymoon that she didn't want me to bring with me home because it was weighting down her car too much on this road trip I talked her into. But bringing home the rock anyway. There it is. I'm gonna check this thing in on Southwest. I don't know how many people or I don't think I can carry on the rock. They probably think it's a weapon. Oh, look at this. No way. This is what we don't have in California where I live. Just random cool agaves. Look how many there are here. I'm gonna take a baby. I'm gonna plant it next to my rock, my garden. Take a little tiny baby right here. Yeah. What? Hold on. I got myself an agave. What's going on?
We thought that Manzanita couldn't have that red bark. Here it is.
Where? There's another one?
Oh my God.
Woo!
Whoa!
Look at this.
That rivals our California Manzanita right there. Look
Kyle
at that
made a
flavor.
discovery. In fact, there's some interesting things going on.
Wow.
I got my rock. Beautiful red. Sun's not out. Can't tell. I got my Manzanita or my agave to go with it.
It
We'll
doesn't
plant.
even have the flaking bark. Look at that.
Kyle, I'm gonna remember this trip and I'm plant that in my garden just like that.
Yeah,
right
there
there.
you go.
Now
It
check
doesn't
this
even
out.
have the flaking bark. It's smooth and
This is the silver one, right?
all the way up.
This is the silver one? This is the one that's in bloom. This is actually in bloom
That's the green.
right there. This is the green one. What's interesting about this, not only does it have the smooth bark, there's another one here that doesn't have the smooth bark, but it has this almost like damage to it, as if like a woodpecker's been on this. It's been creating this interesting tapestry. Look at here. It's really interesting bark. That's really incredible. That looks like my face after 30 years of being in the sun, you know? So you guys have no idea. Like, everybody wonders, like, why does he wear that big goofy hat? Well, you know, if I hadn't been wearing this big goofy hat for the last 40 years while I'm out running around in the sun, this is what my face would look like right there. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to prevent. Even though it looks beautiful on a Manzanita, like, see these wrinkles? Look how beautiful those wrinkles are. Now check this out. Look at this. See those wrinkles? Look how beautiful those are. Same thing, right? Probably not. Looks better on a Manzanita than it does on a Chupacabra. But look at that. That's a beautiful Manzanita there. I think this tape is way too long already. And look at this. Like, check this out. This is what weird people do in the forest. They look at Manzanitas, they spit on their hand, then they go like this. And they spit on their hand some more. And they go like this. Just for the temporary effect to see what this plant looks like when it's totally colored up. Look at that coloration. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that tree. Sweet. I don't get it, Kyle. Why do people think I'm weird?
I don't know.